Welcome back everybody. The second wash I'm going to show you today is a graded wash. So we're going to use the same green paint that I mixed for the flat wash, and we're going to do a slightly different wash. You can see that this one has already dried nice and flat, so that's the final result. And as always, watercolour will dry slightly lighter than when you put it down, so always remember that. The graded wash is slightly different to the flat wash in that you tilt it slightly, you pick up the paint on your flat brush and you start at the top and you stroke across. But instead of picking up more paint now, what you do is you just use the same brush. So don't go back to your pigment, just use the same brush and stroke across. Use the same brush, again slightly over and stroke across. Slightly over and stroke across. Slightly over and stroke across. Slightly over, stroke across. Slightly over. I'm going to put it back down now and stroke across. Now, if it's not dark enough at the top, you take up your a bit more pigment on your brush and you go back in and you repeat the exercise and just slightly over, but putting a little bit more at the top. So the idea is that the top here should be darker than at the bottom. Okay, so now leave it flat to dry, and that should give you what is called a graded wash. Darker at the top, lighter at the bottom. You can see there's some dots here. This is just where the paint has run out a little bit too early on the brush. So if you want to rectify that, just again, you can go back over and just pick up some of the pigment from the top and just wash it down like that. Actually, it might be some grease on the paper looking at it. So again, just put some pigment back in the top area so that it's darker at the top. The other way you can do this as well, that will dry lighter at the bottom and darker at the top. But if you want it to be extra dark at the top, what you can do is once you've got your paint down on your paper, is just tilt it